I put together some ideas to support kids and families in the fight for equity, justice, and inclusion. This is by no means an exhaustive list, but I hope it inspires you to influence change in a way that feels approachable to you. Here are some concrete ideas that may inspire small but positive changes. First, it's important to acknowledge the impact that racism has on Black members of our communities every single day. It's also important to put your oxygen mask on first. It's a good idea to check in with yourself and see how you're feeling before you engage in conversations with others. If you haven't already, you may consider having a family mission statement or a pact, putting kindness and compassion as a primary family value and the foundation for conversations about events that happen around us. All are welcome. Having a sense of belonging is one of the biggest protective factors for kids and adults. Help other people feel like they're included in your circles and in your community. Teach and model. We are all learning, and when we know better, we can do better. Be a teacher and a model for others, and be mindful that kids see what we do and they hear what we say. And that can make an impact on how they treat others. Be compassionate and celebrate our differences. Talk about racial similarities and differences in a compassionate way. Be inclusive. Welcome neighbors from other backgrounds into your social circles and friendship groups. Be an ally. Be an ally to friends, family, and community members who are directly impacted. Be a friend. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. used the Greek term agape to describe a universal love that discovers the neighbor in every man and woman it meets. Be patient. We are entering into discussions with different levels of understanding and experiences. Allow space for all voices to be heard. Express feelings. Provide time and space to process feelings that come up around events happening in our communities. Ask open-ended questions. How did you feel about what we saw on the news? What did it make you think about? Get creative. Draw pictures, paint, or journal to express thoughts and feelings that may be difficult to put into words. Represent racial diversity within your household. Buy books, art, dolls, toys, and other items that feature different races, identities, and perspectives. Art can be powerful and used as a form of activism. Along the same lines, support artists who feature diverse perspectives and cultures and highlight social justice issues in their work. Filter images and find positive outlets. Violent images, often seen in the news, can be traumatic for kids. Show positive examples of protests to inspire kids' own identity as activists. Acknowledge what you know and what you don't know. Meet yourself and others where they're at. It's okay not to have all the information or answers. Take time to listen, read, ask questions, and learn more about others' experiences and what you can do to help.
Try on. It can be uncomfortable to talk about racial similarities, differences, and inequities, but it's still important to lean into these critical and meaningful conversations. Use this model by teaching tolerance when you hear or see biased and offensive language and behavior. This is a model that we can teach kids. It's important especially to interrupt and question, and if you're a bystander, remember to echo what's being said. The four main components of the model are interrupt, question, educate, and echo. While we're not always comfortable providing education around the biased or offensive language, we can at minimum interrupt, question, and if you're a bystander, echo. There's a lot of great resources out there. We can learn through books, videos, conversations, and age-appropriate media about the historic context of the Black Lives Matter movement. We can also focus on topics such as fairness, kindness, compassion, justice, and equity. Finally, be committed. Recognize that change won't happen with one effort or conversation. Commit to having courageous conversations about race with your children. Help your child understand why compassion and inclusion are important values that help lead to positive change. Here are just a few of many books out there that you may consider adding to your home library. Here are some of many organizations out there where you can learn more about the movement and ways in which you can give. Thank you for listening, and I hope this inspired you to find creative ways to promote positive change.